So if you're a bit older and you remember the 80s or the 90s fairly well, to the point where you were playing games at the time, you probably remember the Game Boy from Nintendo. You probably remember the Game Gear from Sega. And then the other system you more than likely had some experience with was the Tiger Handhelds. Do you remember those things, the Tiger Electronics, that would have different themes around? I remember Disney movies specifically, because I used to have one for Aladdin, but I also remember one for Sonic, and it was all over the place. I think there was like Hercules. I'm trying to think of the ones that I had. I believe they did one even for Street Fighter, and I mean, if you look back on it, it wasn't great. It was like a little screen in the middle, right? And it was monochrome, and you didn't have actual movement on the screen. It just basically pretty much activated different parts of the screen to pretend like your character was running across it. Kind of like a Game & Watch, I guess, but we didn't really know that in the States. We knew about Tiger Electronics, and they were cheap, and they actually did okay, probably because they were cheap. I mean, you had to buy cartridges for a Game Boy that was already expensive, and get the Tiger Electronics handheld, and you're pretty much good to go for a younger kid. Well, check this out. Tiger Electronics apparently is making a comeback. Now I remember we saw the Tamagotchi make a comeback semi-recently. I think it was like a little over a year ago we saw it come back. Tiger Electronics. I'm trying to think of who this would really be for outside of maybe just collectors, but Hasbro has actually announced that is happening. They are bringing back Tiger Electronics. It appears they're starting with 4 of them, and maybe it'll go even further depending on how they do. They are pricing them a bit better, even than when they released. I think back in the day, I remember they were like $20, I think. And obviously with inflation, $20 is worth more now. So yes, to see it actually a bit cheaper is kind of interesting. So let's actually take a look here. GameStop has a couple of them posted now. They're just set up for pre-order, and they are $14.99 each. So again, they're actually priced okay. It's not bad. Again, it falls into kind of that impulse buy collector realm, right? Where you can just say, oh, I'll buy a few of these for fun, for nostalgia, play them for, what's probably going to be a couple of minutes, and then you put it away or put it up on a shelf. And hey, there might even be some people who don't even open them, right? They just buy them, leave them in the packaging, and put them up on shelves for collector's value and all of that, especially if this ends up being like a small venture for the Tiger Electronic, making a very small comeback. Well, there you go. You could be one of the few people that purchased a Tiger Electronics handheld in the year 2020. Anyway, we have the Little Mermaid, and what I like about these different Tiger Electronics, they really do look like they tried to go for the exact feel and look of the old days, of the old Tiger Electronics from the 90s or late 80s. And then we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3, specifically 3. What's really funny about this is 3 struggles to make it to most systems through porting, but here we are now with Sonic the Hedgehog 3 in Tiger Electronics form. I'm curious how that one will work out. I had Sonic the Hedgehog 1, and I remember that being pretty bad. Obviously, you're not changing full screens. You pretty much have one background, as you can see here. Maybe we can get a little bit of a zoom. You have like one background, and they try to just move Sonic around essentially in what I guess would be like frames, and you'll do different things. Do you come in contact with something? Well, you just lost all of your rings or a life, and getting through it can be pretty annoying at times, and most times you went for like a high score. But they do have like the sound. They even have a pause button, and then they have the X-Men Project X. That one might be the one I'd get, although the other one's pretty cool too. And again, I like the kind of the little artwork they do around it. It looks very like 80s, 90s, doesn't it? Like it looks retro, right? I would say. The D-pad on there, yeah, well, it's a D-pad, I guess. I guess we can say that. Then jump and move. So, yeah, we usually only had like 1 or 2 buttons. A lot of them just had one button on the right that you would use for attack or something. And then the other one, the last one, so there can be 4 of them that appear to be launching this year at some point, is Transformers. So that'll be fun to see how that one goes over. Again, jump and move. I think most of them just retain the jump and the move button, and they're most likely just changing out artwork screens and all of that. It's not massively different between them, I would say. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked if most of them played pretty much the same. Slight differences here and there. They do take AA batteries, don't appear to come with them. Go figure. They're probably trying to cut costs as much as they could, because you don't want these to be very expensive when you're trying to put them in impulse buy territory. But I guess it's a fun idea. We'll see if people really get into it. I don't think they'll sell particularly well, and they're obviously not putting a lot of money into these. 4 of them at $15 a piece, not even throwing batteries in, so I don't think they're putting all of their eggs in this basket or anything, just to see if maybe these Tiger handhelds can sell again. We'll see, but no date so far as to when they're going on sale, but if they do, I'll throw them into a news wave at some point on the main channel so you guys can, I guess, plan out your possible future purchase of the Tiger Electronics handhelds. Thanks guys for watching. Let me know down below actually which one you would pick up if you're interested or curious, or maybe you forgot about the Tiger Electronics handheld until this point right now. Make sure you guys like the video on the way out if you enjoyed it, dislike it if not, and I'll see you guys next time.